So this video is about joining a Google Meet. So there are a couple of ways that you can join a Google Meet. One is there's a Google Meet link, if the teacher has enabled it in Google Classroom, that you can click on and it'll take you to Google Meet. So this is a Google Meet set up for just for the classroom, and you can see me there, and yes, I've been playing with the filters again. So you could join the Google Meet right from here. I'm going to show you some other options here. You can also, so that is right from Google Classroom. So if the teacher tells you to join through Google Classroom, that's how you would go. You also may get an invite or an email with a link to a Google Meet. So you can open that email, and down in the join information, you will have the information about the Google Meet, and it's always going to be the address like this. Now, if you are joining on the app, they might ask you for the code. The code is just the end of this address. So in this case, it's a 10-digit code, right? If you are not able to be on the computer, but it's a meeting where audio would work okay, you could join by phone. But we're going to focus on how to do it through the computer because that is really the most useful way for you to do it in school, okay? Or to do schoolwork. So you can click on it, and that's going to open the link again, right? Because that's a link. You could also copy and paste this, going to be the same thing. If you have put it on the calendar, you can click, and I can go to my calendar and I can see that I can join with Google Meet through the calendar. So depending on how much stuff I have going on my calendar, I may have multiple things at different times. This particular Google Meet I set up just so I could do this video tonight. So let's say you're joining this Google Meet and you don't want everyone to see you. You know, I got all sorts of papers and a big mess in the background, so I'm going to hide it. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera off, okay? And I'm also going to do some other things once I join. So I'm going to click Join Now, and I have joined the meeting. All this extra stuff that I have going on up here is just some extra stuff that I have installed. So you guys don't need to worry about that. You won't have that stuff, okay? So let's say you wanted to invite someone to this meeting. You could click on Meeting Details, and here's all the details again, okay? And if maybe the teacher sent something along with this, there might be an attachment to this meeting, okay? So that could show up here. So say this meeting is really full and there's just a ton of people talking and it's really hard to hear, and the teacher's probably going to say to you, hey, let's mute everyone. So to turn your microphone off, you click on this. And now my microphone is turned off. You can also do Control D, and that's the hot button. You can see that comes up right there when you hover over it. Now, if you click on this, you leave the call. So don't click on that unless everything's done, right? And this turns the camera on and off again, so you could turn it back on. You can see my messy room again, and I can turn it back off. I do have captions turned on. I do that because a lot of times I'll be in meetings where there's lots of people talking and I don't hear everything, and I can go back through and see what everyone has said after the class because I have the captions on. So you can also turn those off if you find those distracting. The other thing that you can do that can be really useful with collaborating with groups, so let's say you're working with another student and you guys are not together, you can present your screen. So I could do present now. I'm going to present my entire window. I do have two screens, so that's a little unique. So now I'm presenting my screen, and I could go to my Google Drive and open something that I'm working on, and we could talk about it. So let's say, let me try to find something moderately interesting. Let me open up this test. I have no idea what this is. Okay, so I went to a test for creative writing. Let's say I was having problems with the question. I could tell the teacher, hey, I'm having problems with this, and then I could present and I say, it's this question. I don't understand what they're talking about with compression. And the teacher could walk me through it. Or if I'm working on a group project with someone, we could work on it together and we could have it both up on our screens. Okay, so presenting can be an awesome way that you can collaborate with other people. So I'm going to stop presenting now. Those are the big things that you need to worry about. You also, sometimes someone will be presenting and they'll be in the middle of a flow of things and you don't want to like pop in and interrupt, but you want to say something. So you can go to the chat and you can say something there. So, hi, I don't really have a good, brilliant question at this time, but you can type in the chat. You also, this is an easy way where you could share links. So let's say, let's say I wanted to share the link to Newsela. I could grab that link and take it and post it in the chat. And then everyone would know the link that I was talking about to go to Newsela. So teachers might share things with you in here that you need to see visually, or you might have a question during class that you want to ask, but you don't want to interrupt the lecture. You type it in here and it'll be checked afterwards and the teacher will eventually address that question. Okay. There are some more advanced setting things here, like you can change the layout. So I do like to have it on tiled view when I have a whole classroom full of people. But if you have someone giving a presentation, sidebar might be a better option. So you can mess around with those options, see what you like. And there's all sorts of other options in here too. I hope this will help you to connect with others and to use Google Meets. Thanks.